Hi, and welcome back to Future Forward by CallMiner, the series where we dig into enterprise conversation intelligence, CX automation, and AI-powered customer engagement with people who actually live this stuff. If you're in CX or contact centers, or you just care about how automation and analytics are reshaping industries like finance, healthcare, retail, telecoms, and tech, then you're in exactly the right place. So today I am joined by Megan Keup, who's been deep in the world of virtual agents and customer experience from a product perspective. So Megan, let's get straight to it. Everyone's talking about scaling automation, scaling bots, scaling AI, but here's the catch. The more you scale, the more people start saying it doesn't feel personal anymore. So where's the balance?
Thanks, Alex. And yes, that's really the misunderstanding that I think we're seeing across the market. A lot of organizations approach virtual agents as really a replacement strategy, when in reality, they perform much better as part of a broader experience design. So, what we typically see works best is a model where virtual agents take on high volume, low stakes, repeatable interactions. So things like simple questions or status checks. And then humans step in for moments that require extra empathy, problem solving, or more nuanced decision making. So then from a product marketing perspective, it's really about designing for outcomes. So you're not just trying to reduce costs, you're trying to improve both customer experience and the agent experience at the same time.
Right. So it's not just about the tech, it's about how the tech and the people fit together. But in the boardroom, there's pressure for numbers, right? And ROI and efficiency gains. What do you measure to know that your virtual agent strategy isn't quietly eroding CX?
Exactly, Alex. And this is where measurement frameworks, I think, need to evolve a little bit. So, a lot of teams default to containment rate, which is the percentage of customer inquiries successfully resolved by automation, which is useful, but it's only one dimension. So, what we encourage is looking at a more balanced set of metrics. So, not just looking at containment, but containment paired with satisfaction. Also, things like transfer quality, time to resolution after escalation, and even post interaction sentiment. So, for example, if a bot is fast, but it creates friction with the customer, that's just not a win. On the other hand, if only a smaller percentage of interactions escalate, but those handoffs are smooth and effective, that actually drives much stronger long term outcomes.
Yeah, of course. And speaking of escalation, you mentioned smooth handoffs. I feel like that's where so many companies lose people completely.
Exactly. And that's one of the biggest gaps I think that we see in the market. So we can have a very capable virtual agent, but if the transition to human feels disconnected, the experience breaks down quickly. It's just all about a seamless handoff. So that means passing context like customer intent, previous steps taken, and even sentiment signals directly to the agent in real time. So instead of asking the customer to repeat themselves, the agent can pick up with something like, I see that you've already tried steps one and two, for example. Let's move forward from there. And that just creates a single cohesive experience for the customer.
So the technology role isn't just the words that the bot is saying, it's the whole structure of the conversation. So even across different agents, human or bot.
Exactly. And I think that's where conversational design becomes really, really important. It's not just about making the bot sound human just for the sake of it, it's about making interactions intuitive and outcome driven. So that includes clear pathways, strong intent recognition, good handling of clarifications, and knowing when to transition out of automation. And then we're seeing sectors like banking and telecom really lean into hybrid models where virtual agents are designed with clear handoff points for more complex scenarios. Customers start to trust that journey because it consistently gets them where they need to go.
I love that. Clear handoff points. So if you had to boil it down, what's one thing companies should remember before they go like all in scaling virtual agents?
Yeah, my advice would be treat virtual agents as part of the customer experience ecosystem and not a standalone solution. So that means setting clear guardrails, aligning measurement to customer outcomes, and designing every interaction, whether automated or human, to feel connected and intentional. So when you do that well, scale doesn't come at the expense of personalization. It actually reinforces it.
Yeah, that's a great takeaway. All right, so that's it for today, but I'd love to hear from everybody watching. Have you had an experience with a virtual agent that actually felt better than talking to a person, or the opposite? Drop it in the comments, because I think this conversation's just getting started. See you at the next episode.